Hey YouTube, welcome to another episode of News in 2 Minutes, bringing you the news that you need to know every day. Let's begin. The Syrian government on Saturday openly accused the country's rebels of launching a chemical weapons attack earlier in the week, and issued a strong warning to the United States not to launch any military action against Damascus over what they called a falsely claimed chemical weapons attack, saying that such a move would set the entire Middle East on fire. The country's information minister issued what some analysts saw as a veiled atomic threat, although we do not directly agree with that assessment, saying that an attack on Syria by Western powers would release a ball of fire that would burn not only Syria but the entire Middle East. The minister's statement likely meant that a widespread war within the East would follow military action, and his statements were backed up earlier in the day by a spokesman for Iran's foreign ministry, saying that any military intervention will greatly complicate matters in the area. In flu news, the Ministry of Health in Saudi Arabia announced another fatality in a Saudi citizen with the MERS coronavirus. An outbreak of cholera has been reported near the Santo Domingo area of the Dominican Republic, as well as a continuing crisis of the disease in Cuba, causing multiple nations to issue travel advisories, and bird flu is continuing to spread to neighboring farms and cities within the country of Nepal. While the nation of Iran continues to receive condemnation for its proposal to provide nuclear energy to the country, recent news shows that both Jordan and Saudi Arabia are planning to build their own nuclear reactors, with Saudi Arabia making plans to have at least 16 reactors online by the year 2030. Judicial Watch, which is an independent government watchdog group, published a Department of Defense education and training pamphlet that they received through a Freedom of Information Act that describes homegrown terrorists as any group or person that thinks or expresses thought outside of what is considered to be the social norm in a person's country. The training material goes on to say that extremists are people who speak of individual liberties, state rights, and how to make the world a better place, and further separates itself from American history by saying that the colonists, who sought to free themselves from British rule, and the Confederate States, who sought to secede from the northern states, are two classic examples of American extremists. And to wrap things up, a nuclear reactor that's built on top of an artificial island in southern New Jersey resumed operations on Saturday after crews found and repaired a sizable leak in the reactor's containment building. Egypt continued to edge back its nighttime curfew but retained military rule in the streets. Anti-Roma protests broke out in the Czech Republic, and a 5.7 in Tonga as well as 5.1s in New Zealand and Indonesia complete today's Quake Watch. And that's it for this episode of News in 2 Minutes. Check back tomorrow for more news that the aware need the most. This week's News in 2 Minutes is brought to you by shtfplan.com, where even the officials go for news, and sqmetals.com for all your precious metal needs.